Hi, I'm Rodney Johnson, co-editor of Survive and Prosper as well as Boom and Bust. Recently I drove to Venice, Florida to pick up my daughter's friend. We chose a McDonald's off the interstate as the meeting place because it's convenient and of course it has a bathroom. As I walked through the restaurant I noticed a sign that said you have 30 minutes to enjoy your food and then you got to leave. Now I've seen similar signs in other McDonald's, which got me thinking about them. At first I thought it was aimed at young people. They tend to buy something cheap and then hang out bothering everybody. Sort of things happened before. In the early 1990s, the convenience store chain 7-Eleven had a problem with teenagers sitting in front of their stores. So in response, they started blaring classical music into the parking lot. And sure enough, it drove off the teens. But apparently it's not the young people causing issues at McDonald's, or at least not all of them. A McDonald's in Queens, New York has a problem with elderly customers staying all day. It seems that 10 to 20 people show up before dawn, buy a cup of coffee, and then they sit there for 12 hours. They're not loud and obnoxious, but they're definitely taking up tables and chairs that would have been used by paying patrons. What's the restaurant to do? Well, right now the store calls the police, and the police kicks out the patrons, but then they just walk around the block and come right back. A recent op-ed in the New York Times suggested, similar to 7-Eleven, McDonald's should start playing rap music. That doesn't seem very likely. I've got a suggestion, and I stole it from the writer Andy Kessler. Start eating people. Now, what else are we going to do with tens of millions of retirees? They're going to spend 20 years or more hanging out at McDonald's, taking up space. As the boomers age, the problem's only going to get bigger, and this isn't even one of the bigger problems. In the early 1990s, Isaac Rubino, a social scientist, suggested that we set up a path for people. After finishing education, people should be allowed to create and innovate until they're about 40, at which point, in his view, creativity began to fail. From 40 to 60, people can contribute, they're just not allowed to say very much. At 60, people get a fabulous retirement party and a 2-year stipend. They can use the 2 years to travel, see family, and just kind of reflect on life. At 62, everyone gets euthanized. This gets rid of the problem of caring for the elderly as they go through that costly, non-productive last few years of life. Now, I wasn't there, but I'm certain he made the comment in jest. However, his point is well taken. How do you deal with an aging society? America's not alone. We're not even at the top of this list. It's already a problem in Japan, and Germany's going to struggle with it very soon. What happens when more than 1/5 of the nation is in retirement? What do they do, and how do we pay for it? We can't play loud rap music in every store to drive them out. We're not going to eat them, and we're not going to euthanize them. Some have suggested that we should dramatically raise the working age limit or the age at which people draw benefits. Sounds good, but it could also stop the number of job openings for young people. And it can be seen as the tax on the poor because they tend to have a shorter lifespan, and they would therefore receive substantially lower benefits than wealthier, healthier people. The dilemma is so far a problem without a solution. No major country facing this has a clearly articulated, funded plan for dealing with it. Our pension programs won't handle it. Our healthcare programs clearly won't handle it. In light of how big the problem is, a few older people sitting around at McDonald's seems kind of small. That is, of course, unless you happen to be the restaurant owner who's stuck paying for the entertainment of all these people and losing paying clients. As we start to pay more attention to this and pay more to support people, it's going to be very interesting to see how people work to avoid the cost of keeping retirees in good health and comfort. Thank you.